Screencast, I showed you the basics of how to use this wind map. And what I'd like to do now is show you how you can look at wind at different levels in the atmosphere, which is pretty exciting, I think. So we'll click down here in the menu again, and you'll notice that it has here a section, a menu for height. And this is a little bit confusing. SFC stands for surface, so that's the wind on the surface. And then it has these numbers, 1,000, 850, 700, and you look over here and it has a unit called HPA. HPA stands for hectopascals, and Pascal is a unit of pressure, and hecta is a prefix meaning 100. So this would be 10 times 100, or 1,000 pascals. This would be 7,000 pascals, etc. And it's a strange unit for height, but it's how people who study the atmosphere refer to height because the Earth's surface is not uniform. There are parts of the Earth's surface that are higher than others. So referring just to the height is actually not as useful to them. So they refer to it in terms of pressure. A couple things you need to know. 1,000 hectopascals is about 2 or 3 kilometers above the surface. And what we're probably most interested in is around 250 hectopascals is where the jet stream pops in. So I click on here and you can see some really interesting structure pops up, right? These very, very high winds. If I click on this spot, we can see 155 kilometers per hour. We'll get even more in some places, 169, 177. This is the band of wind called the jet stream, which really goes all the way around the globe and has these wide bands of very high speed winds that are at about 30 or 40,000 feet above the surface. And there's some very interesting things that are happening to the jet stream as a result of climate change. The jet stream is sort of diverging in certain parts. So that's an interesting thing to look at. So that's an interesting thing you can look at. You can look at different heights here. We can see how the winds really sort of die down in speed as we get closer to the surface. So that's another thing that you can explore.